Hello, coming live with a little bit of trade recap from 44 Digital Enterprises. Obviously, this has been a very big day of trading. Um, I mentioned today in the server prior to this that we were coming up to some big levels. I marked that we could have seen a rejection off this 0.5. I mentioned we were struggling to break out of our range value area high. There was a bunch of things that I was pumping into the server, and one of them was this pretty major 618 that we were approaching. This is a level, we were looking at the 602 because it was lining up with a monthly, but we always look for the reaction at the levels, and obviously we see a approach to our 618 where we see a massive drop to our of a 12.5% day. Some absolutely massive profits made in the server today, and I just want to share sort of where we found support next. The first area is going to be a simple fixed range of this downtrend of this sort of big impulse back into the 618 where we've seen a massive rejection coming along with some fundamental news. We're finding support at the um, value area low of this move. So another thing that we can observe is we were looking at our open interest, right? As sort of this move was happening, we saw a bit of a bearish divergence here. This is sort of a hidden divergence. We were climbing higher and lower on CVD, meaning a move could possibly happen where we swing failure pattern this high into a CC, which was also our previous daily high. And then, you see a massive spike in shorts. This is OI increasing with a shit ton of volume. This pretty much means that there was a bunch of people. Here there was 110,000. So here there was 7.4 million people longing into this high, which is where they all got liquidated. This massive open interest thing is tick in open interest is everyone getting stopped out of their trades, where we obviously saw this massive loss. If we come back to our primary scalping chart, we were just making lower highs and lower highs. Could have been entering anywhere on these trades, just CC after CC, right? I mean, here, CC. That's going to be like a 786. That's going to be a 618. And then the next place where you would have really taken profits, in my opinion, is probably this monthly EQ where we saw a little bounce. But it was really this next monthly open, right? The lower we come, the very bottom of this move is our monthly open, right? This is where we find support, where we have quite a significant rise to the upside. Coming into, I believe, session 1, which could have 100% been a potential trade, right? We see our level, we set a low, sort of swing failure pattern, putting our monthly open, and then we come back and we sort of dabble around the monthly open again. But if you guys want to see the respect of these lines, they sort of speak for themselves. Just below us, we noticed there was actually still a weekly NPOC. This is something we were looking for pretty heavily. We've mentioned this order block before. I mean, it's spectacular, the trading that we do in the server, right? There's the 618 right on that 0.5. The 702's at the top of the OB. You really want to enter at the 0.5, and I would have laddered in more if we came higher into this position with stops above our 786 or that monthly right there. So I did actually end up getting in this trade. It was absolutely beautiful. Held with a bit of leverage. I mean, I don't need a trade for the next week. There's some spectacular profits made today. I'm just doing some live TA. Let's look at where we find support. What do you know? CC. There's your 618, your 0.666, or your 0.6 is just below. 272 is just above these highs. That could be a potential swing trade, or that could be a potential SFP. If we take this OB off, right? So we reject into a 618. Now we see, this is when you begin to look at things like a harmonic. Now the only problem is this leg is happening way too fast, but you know, you could look to see, or something like this. But all speculation. But again, if this does get respected, obviously we could swing failure pattern the high of this range on this negative 0.68 at -1. So a bunch of levels to keep in mind. The tools we teach in the server are obviously very powerful. We nailed this day like no other. We know why we found support. There's reasonings behind all this. The technicals don't lie. That weekly NPOC is just below us. And SPOC. Okay, so we have a weekly NPOC at 19,712, and just below price action at 19,645. So about $100 difference. Is a naked session point of control. That's session 341. Okay. All very interesting stuff. Yeah, obviously leaving a big buying tail there. We filled the single prints that were left in this explosive move up originally. We have that daily NPOC below us. We have another NPOC. $19,187. $19,712. But yeah, once again, just a fucking... Yeah, once again, just a fucking phenomenal day trading. It literally doesn't get any better. Obviously, I wish I could have laddered in a bigger position. So I really didn't make a ton of money here, but that was the real trade I was looking at. But you know, that's why you ladder in your positions. So you get in early, create a good average entry, and continue on. This is, yeah, as we saw here, this is a value area low of our downtrend, value area low of our bigger range. Very interesting stuff. We SFP'd our June whatever low, or June 30, I believe. You know, if we do come back down to the absolute low of these ranges, the next low I'd be looking for potential swing failure would be this. But you'd have to obviously be observing order flow, or letting me observe order flow. So we still have single prints to fill. They go all the way until pretty much 19,500. Yeah, that'd be just at that value area low. That's where we have that weekly. Is that a fresh weekly? That's a once respected weekly. Okay. That's very interesting. Hmm. A weekly NPOC at 19,700. Front run of those single prints, I don't know is good for both side, but that's how we're going to be trading this. Again, we're going to be continuing to trade all this level to level. We have our fresh daily here. Everything is marked. I liked that daily. This daily got fucking plowed through. Alright. Yeah, that's how we've been crushing the charts in the server. Make sure to come and join. Check us out if you're new to trading. Have a good one.